Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
I am pantsless.
And
brewing
yes,
my potion.
Yes.
Veslar is in fact pantsless because he was...
I quote, drop trow.
Right. So here you are. We have Veslar and Arya over here. And here is Piper and Lord Aaron just come in. You'll notice no one else is in the tavern except for the innkeeper. Because as soon as Piper and Sir Lawrence, the knight, started hacking each other up, everybody ran like a bunch of silly girls. So yeah, here we are. What do you guys want to do?
Ow!
I'm tending to his wounds there, Veslar's wounds, I believe. Because I got yelled at earlier, and now I'm feeling bad about not helping the dog fight. So, let me do a heal check on Veslar to see what's wrong with him.
Oh, about time. How many different ways can I say,
know.
can you check my wounds? She's like completely fucking ignored me.
She doesn't care.
I know,
And
seriously.
I'm gonna walk over, bleeding profusely.
Oh,
Yep,
geez.
Piper's dripping blood as well. And following up behind Piper, Lord
I got
Aaron.
a 7.
Oh my lord.
Alrighty. So, what about Piper? Can you do anything for her, or
Piper? Pip?
women like a man with wounds? That's right. Well, scars anyway.
You're gonna notice I'm probably looking very pale and barely standing, so...
Pip,
Yeah,
Pip, Pip,
she's-
sit down, sit down.
So Lawrence, clearly, psychotic or not, is quite adept and very, very combat astute because he definitely was getting one up on Piper. If it hadn't been for the whole person, who knows? Yeah,
Yeah.
she's kind of collapsed in the chair. That makes sense.
Okay, well, I did heal check on her and got an 8. So
Ooh.
I know nothing about either of them.
Well,
So-
you definitely feel better than you did before. Not
I'll
much
give
better,
her a moderate heal.
but okay. But at the big guns, here we go.
For 18!
Yay.
Hey.
Are you?
So the heal check for 8 is not healing, correct?
No, it's eight. It's eight. Oh, what? Was that a cure light wounds?
That was...
No,
The
those are both heal skills.
Oh, okay.
So I get 8
All right.
and 18?
No.
Just 18.
No,
just
just
the
18.
18. Yeah, she tried
Okay,
to do a
that's
heal check, didn't work, so she resorted to magics.
Alright. Feeling pretty good,
Just
but
do
still not...
it. That's all we're gonna hear from chat tonight. Now is just do it. But that's cool.
Do I smell a new emote?
No, we're not having a Shia LaBeouf emote. That's just not happening. But hey, do it would work. So we can do all kinds of crazy things with that video.
Arya, anything?
It looks like a dog bit you.
Okay, well, it's still bleeding. Any way to stop it from bleeding?
Yes, hold on.
Please don't tickle my chin. I'm in quite a lot of pain. I'm not even looking at Piper. She's in worse pain than me. But
Here you go, Radvan. Best.
oh, hey.
How does
take
5
that.
plus 1... Oh, 5 plus 1 plus 5? How did that happen? Oh, the 2 dice. There you go. Alright, there you go. So yeah, you're both sort of healed. Lord Aaron moves in next to Piper and he says, he goes, looks like Sir Lawrence did quite a number on you, miss.
Yeah, I
You're
usually
lucky
don't
to be
fare
alive.
I don't fare this bad in battle usually, but I think you are right with that statement.
Well, you have to understand, Sir Lawrence is, a very gifted and hardened swordsman. Fights with that sword and an axe, and he uses both of them with deadly profession. But, that's deeply concerning to me, that is. The whole Sir Lawrence incident kind of changes things a little bit.
You got a town full of crazies is what you have.
Well, one second. With that, he turns around and heads over towards the barman. He's not speaking particularly quietly, so all of you can hear him. He says, "Travis, are you sure you've not used any of the river water as late?" No, I haven't used any of the river water. We've been only using the water that they shipped in for Kanduin for several days now. Not a drop of river water in this establishment, I can assure you, sir. Well, fair enough. He kind of, with a very concerned look on his face, comes back over to you. He says, "Well, perhaps I was a bit hasty yesterday. Not sure how, but since Sir Lawrence only arrived here this morning and is already affected, I feel someone may be trying to infect people on purpose. See, Sir Lawrence showed up first thing this morning. He came and saw me, had breakfast, and I know for a fact that we don't use contaminated water. After breakfast, don't know what he got up to. But I'd warned him before he did anything else not to drink any of the water, and he assured me that he hadn't done so since he arrived in town. And now here he is. This afternoon, mad as a bloody March hare, trying to kill people, acting definitely out of sorts.
That's
So,
troubling indeed.
I would like to charge you with investigating this current situation, for it seems by the time you find out what is causing the contamination itself in the river, we may be faced with an entire town of crazies or worse. While I don't want you to harm, or while I don't want any harm to befall any of our members of this fine town, you understand? I fear that this whole mess is not their design, but I can't sit back and watch things get worse. So I'll give you your leave to do as you must to deal with this problem, but please don't harm anyone unless it's absolutely necessary."
And absolutely necessary is
Well,
to get
obviously
rid of
to
the taint, right?
Well, defend yourselves. If somebody is acting a bit weird but minding their own business, I don't expect you necessarily to go up and chop their bloody heads off, but if they start causing trouble, or if you see anybody attacking anybody else, by all means go to their defense. I mean, use your own discretion, by all means.
Not to be insensitive, but just so that we're on the same page. We encountered a child not long ago. She is alive, but a child, sir, with the drool that the Lord had as well coming out of her mouth, and she was flying. Now, she's not necessarily hurting anybody, but that's not to say that she won't.
Well, let's
Dog,
say
on the other hand.
her dog.
Well, that's where
Yeah.
this damage came from here.
Oh, dog got you, did it?
And he was also drooling in a non...
That dog
Normal.
wasn't the nicest of things when it was uninfected.
Apparently her parents are dead.
They are.
Yeah, the dog ate one of them.
You got crazy children running around flapping like fucking
Well,
birds.
crazy child. Let's not over-exaggerate.
There are other children too in this town. They're just running wild. No
Well,
discipline.
One of them has a tail.
I hope that you can deal with those that you have to deal with, and in doing so can find out how to solve this problem.
Perhaps you should get a priest in this town.
Well,
Do you have a healer of sort? Because I would love to visit them if you do.
had, yes. Have, no. Unfortunately, our priest was one of the first to go. When, one of the locals took to trying to bash his own brains in with a hammer. The priest went to try to see him and, well, in turn got his own brains bashed in with the same hammer. That happened only a couple of days ago.
I'm just gonna chuckle as I said that.
It's not funny, Bess.
But, You know, unfortunately, things are definitely getting out of hand, and while I'd like to see nobody here come to any harm and the problem go away, realistically, I've got to start thinking about those that are uninfected. If there is somebody here in town trying to deliberately infect people, well, that's got to be stopped sooner than later.
Here's a wild thought. Why don't you section off a part of town, get all the healthy people to live there for a minute or for a bit?
What, like a quarantine?
Not a bad idea, Vis.
You got people running crazy all over the place. I mean, my friend Piper over there, weren't you almost like robbed by a bunch of them the other night?
Yes. Well, and the Lord knows of this.
Well, okay. I mean, do you have a space in town that's large enough to hold, I don't know, as many healthy people as we can find?
Well, the Tavern here's got plenty of rooms. I mean, this is the largest building in town, except for my house.
Well, if you order in a decree
Slumber
that
party.
A slumber party?
yes,
Huh.
if you put into effect a decree that the healthy people need to move to some designated points, we can go through the town and enforce it for you.
Ah, I see. Oh, I've got something else that might be of interest to you.
Ooh,
Remember I told you that I had sent an envoy to Lusker?
you did, yes.
And I also said I'd sent one eastwards. Well, the envoy for Lusker came back this morning. He says that they've noticed nothing. No one seems to have been ill affected in Lusker.
So it hasn't quite reached them yet.
I don't know. But I mean, I sent him several days ago, and the water flows pretty darn fast down to the river, down to the ocean.
Where's
I just thought I'd mention it.
Where's the place to the east you sent the guy to?
Oh, over towards Tallowthorpe. Well, see, the river comes down from the mountains, and then there's a fork. And it kind of goes off kind of southeast, and then it kind of considers straight down south. Follow it all the way down south, it goes down to Lusker, and then, of course, there's an estuary that shoots off the river outside here.
You sent him east, then to Tallocorp.
Over in that direction, yes. The towns that are on that estuary have also, well, we don't know what the deal is, but I wondered if they were being affected. He hasn't returned, but I expect him back sometime today.
Tallowthorpe was almost completely destroyed.
Well, no, it's in There's a small village in the direction of Tallowthorpe.
Not Tallowthorpe itself.
Not Tallowthorpe itself. That's not on a river.
Got it. Sorry.
But Lusker has not been infected. Mathcracker, thanks for the follow. So they say, anyway.
I see. Okay. Well,
Interesting.
we know for a fact that the blacksmith is not infected.
Wow.
What's her name? Piper.
Her name...
Our blacksmith. Oh, big brute she is. You're on about Helena. Helena Randall.
Anyone else that we know for a fact has not been infected?
Well, myself.
Your wife.
My wife has not been affected. The cook.
I think the innkeeper's good.
My manservant. He hadn't been affected either. Innkeeper here, Travis, seems alright.
During this whole conversation, I've been brewing my Arcana potion in the fireplace. That's why I'm looking that way.
Okay. So there's a beautiful pungent smell filling the establishment.
Yes.
Couldn't do that outside, Vess.
I'm just gonna ignore you, Arya.
Well, I suppose I better get back and check on things. Feel free to pop over whenever you're done doing whatever it is you're doing.
Would you sign into decree that idea? Do you think it's a good one? Move the people?
I think it's a smart move. Trouble is, problem you have, see? The onset time of this thing's about anywhere between, seems to be about a day to 2 days. We could round someone up today. They might be batshit by tonight or tomorrow.
But the
Out
gentleman,
of their fucking minds.
he was fine this morning.
First thing this morning, yes.
So that means he must have been poisoned somewhere else if it isn't a day or two incubation.
Well, I suppose
Right.
a lot of it depends on how much of it you get and how you've got it.
I guess
Well-
the question that we need to ask is, do we want everybody to be close together, or do we want everybody to be spread out? Which one is more beneficial?
Well, I mean, if they're all in one place, they're a lot easier to keep an eye on. But then, of course, if a riot ensues, well, it'll be a lot harder to stop too.
Well, I think you will make the appropriate call here, and we will back you.
Bastard! Bloody fly! Sorry. I hate flies. Travis! Why don't you get rid of all the flies in this stinking hole? I'm sick and tired of coming in here with nothing but squalor. Awfully sorry, sir. I didn't realize we had a fly problem. Well, you ought to realize, you damn fool.
I look over at Piper, very concerned.
Oh yeah, I'm
Anyway,
going to be looking back.
If you'd like to, as I said, do what you're doing here, come over, see me when you're finished, and I'll write up some papers, give you some kind of warrant. Make sure that people understand that you're operating with my authority in this town.
Sounds good.
Oh, fair enough. I'll see you in just a little bit.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, as he gets up, his foot catches the chair. For God's sake! And he kicks the chair flying, and it goes smashing up against the wall right here.
Can we notice anything like coming out of his mouth? Is he drooling by any chance?
Doesn't appear to be.
Okay,
He's a
good.
little red-faced. But he's definitely very agitated, unlike he normally, thus far, has been when you've been in his presence anyway. And he stomps out the door, slamming it behind him.
Piper,
What?
you don't think it could be flies?
I actually do. We need to get repellent now.
Okay.
Good, yes. Thankfully, well, I've been smelling up a storm, so they probably won't want to bite me. But you ladies definitely, since you bathed and smell.
I didn't, Vess. Thank
Moderate.
Yeah, a certain mist didn't get to.
Oh, you didn't, because... Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you did,
no.
because,
you. No.
it smells nice
You.
over,
That
over
thing.
there.
Yeah, you did.
Well, okay, so smelling bad is good. Got it. Okay, I'm just gonna go back and I'm gonna furiously brew the rest of my Arcana potion. Just like
Alrighty.
eyes down in the smoke.
The innkeeper Travis is polishing away on his glass, keeping his head down.
Travis,
Yes, ma'am.
is there anywhere we could get bug repellent in town? I think these bugs are going to be a source of our annoyance.
Honestly, ma'am, the only thing I could recommend, we do have a village store.
Is the shopkeeper still?
Last time I checked, she was, right in the head.
All right. When's the last time you checked?
Well, she was over it. She popped over around about noon, got some lunch, and went back. So it's fair. It seems to be all right since then.
Okay.
Okay.
My
Vess, how long are you
potion-
going to be?
My potion should be done about now, right? I mean, I started brewing it when we first sat down and before that encounter began. So,
Yeah, it's done.
all right, so I'm gonna drink it, and
Ugh, nasty.
I'm good to go.
Feeling good?
Alrighty.
Oh, I feel better.
With how much damage had you taken from that bite, and how much was healed?
I took 11 damage, so I was at 38. Now I'm at 49 of 51.
I guess my thing was supposed to be 2d8 plus 7 for both of you guys.
It should have been.
So
Oh.
I'm full health. I'm full.
Oh, in that case, you are okay. While the wound itself does appear to be fully healed, your leg is very stiff and very sore.
Can I do a heal check on it to see if I can recognize why? Or I mean, I could probably guess that I'm infected with something horrible.
Possibly. Or just it's still very stiff and sore.
All All right. Well, I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
ignore
by all
it.
means,
I mean,
make a
it's,
heal check.
no. Honestly, it's stiff, so I would just attribute it to the fact that I wouldn't honestly think much about it at this point if it's just stiff.
Right. Yeah, the wound
It's
itself,
stiff
all the
legs all the
teeth marks have healed up.
Yeah. So I honestly wouldn't pay it no mind. We can go.
We need to get repellent quickly.
Alrighty.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna go and get some repellent.
Okay, so you guys are heading outside. It is still a little bit light. Okay, here you are outside the town. Or outside the inn. Where are you going? Where's the store?
The store.
Anyone wants to make a spot check, you can do so. It's not too
Sure.
terribly hard to see from here.
You'd be surprised. 9.
15.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's still doing the drag thing.
Well, ours isn't even rolling, so.
18.
But, if you guys go to, if you just go to your cog and enable 3D dice, but also enable automatic roll,
Oh, there, automatic roll. That's what I needed.
that
Okay.
will solve that.
Okay.
And that'll
Beautiful.
turn Jane's back on as well. And I just have to manually click on them until they've heard enough bitching and whining to fix it. So I sent them a message as well. Alright, all they need is an option just to allow you to set a timer on it. 3 seconds, 5 seconds. Okay, well, glancing around, you can actually see there is a sign hanging from this building right here. Those of you with decent vision, could well be a store by the type of sign that's hanging there.
Let's hastily make our way there.
La 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 la. Okay, here you are at the store. Let's move you to it.
I want to note before we even walk in the store, the first thing I'm going to do when we see the lady and or keeper of the store is check their mouths.
Are you
Okay.
just gonna go up to them and open their mouths?
No, I'm going to be looking for drool. Like,
Teeth
No,
inspection.
I'm
I'm the
gonna
local
be
dentist. I've
attention.
come to check your teeth. Alrighty, here you go. Here is the
drooling
establishment.
problems?
Okay, glancing around, basically, it's nothing particularly grand. To the left of you is a table full of different types of food and groceries. There's a young girl there chopping up some vegetables. There are some plates, pots and pans, and a few rudimentary weapons over here. All kinds of strange paraphernalia lined up here. An assortment of crossbow bolts, shields, swords, axes, morning stars here. Cups, pots, pans, and stuff over here. There are some shovels, brushes, brooms here. And then over here, there's different textiles, rope. All in all, it's like a rough assortment of all manner of things. There's a lady, probably the lady behind the counter in front of Arya she's like in her, your best guess is probably late 40s. Plain, simple, straight brown hair, rather plain brown clothes. Little bit kind of, not dirty, but doesn't seem to give a shit too much about her appearance. On the other hand, there's a girl over here. She is kind of like got Albany copper hair, wearing a nice dress and an apron, probably in her late teens, early 20s. Alright, so Piper, you've approached the woman behind the counter. She looks at you and she says, haven't seen you before.
Behind the counter is Arya.
Yeah, that's. Sorry, yeah, Arya's talking to the girl behind the counter. Sorry. I got your
Hello,
name
good
wrong.
lady. I am here to inquire about some insect repellent or fly.
Insect repellent, is it?
Yes.
Don't know that I've got any of that.
Do you know anyone that does?
No. Karen! Do we have any insect repellent, do we? The young girl turns around and she says, don't think we've got any made, Mum, but I can probably put some together.
Yeah?
She says, alright, and how much would that cost then? Oh, probably, and you can sort of see her going like, 5 copper pieces?
I turn back to the lady and I say, I suggest you make more than what we need. I think the bugs might be a problem here.
Oh, never seemed to bother me.
Well,
Wow,
they
since that river went all stinky. Maybe that's
They
what's
do,
causing it. Maybe there's lots of flies. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe there's a dead sheep or a dead deer or something in the river.
You could be right. What do I know? But listen, those bugs could possibly transmit certain diseases that you don't want, so I suggest that maybe you should make more for the other people of the town.
I suppose we could do that. Do we have enough
And
to make more, is
maybe
it?
for
Don't really
giving
know,
you that
Mum.
tip, I should only pay 3 copper.
3 copper?
No, the 5 copper will be fine. Don't even.
Tip!
There's 3 of you, is it? So you all want some, do you?
Yes, most definitely. Actually, we will take a lot. And like my sister here suggests, I do think you guys should prep because I suspect it will be in high demand quite shortly.
Well, how many doses of that stuff do you want then?
How many doses a day would we need to be effectively covered?
Don't know. Never really fooled with the stuff.
Would I know this? Piper would probably know this. She's wore bug spray.
I mean, probably if you would,
I could do-
you probably want to reapply it 2 or 3 times.
I
So
could
3
do an
times a
apothecary
day.
check.
Yeah, you could. In fact, you could probably
Make some of the
make
stuff.
some of the stuff if you had the ingredients.
Well, I rolled a 24.
Okay.
About all things but
Yeah, I mean, even the potent stuff that you know about typically doesn't last more than a few hours. So, you'd probably want 3 or 4 doses
Okay,
Per
let's
person,
see.
per
Let's
day.
see.
per person per day. That's right.
4
or we could just not
doses a
shower.
day for 3 people is 12 doses a day. So what do we want, like a week's worth at least?
Don't think I can make even close to that. I'm afraid. I
Uh,
think I might have
where-
the stuff to make up maybe 5 or 6 doses, but that's about
We'll
it.
take that then.
Where would you go for the ingredients to make that stuff? Because I can probably whip some together
Well,
myself.
just happens to be some of the stuff that we've got left over here. We typically what happens is about once a month we have a trade caravan comes through. I give them an order of anything that they don't have, and they bring it back the following month. So be another week or so before we see them. So probably 2 weeks before I've got any ingredients again.
I'm gonna.
Aria,
Six.
if you will, as soon as you are standing and you are facing in that direction, make a spot check for me, please.
Sure.
I'm gonna kind of pull Veslar. I'm saying, Veslar, come here.
18. Okay. You can see it on the map, but if you look right here, there appears to be something kind of glowing and radiating red from underneath the counter. You can't see what it is, but it does seem to be like there's like some drawers directly underneath that part of the table, and it's like radiating out from behind the cracks of the drawer itself.
Okay.
Jekyll, thank you for the follow.
So I'm gonna turn to her and say, "Can you tell me about these items over here?" And if she looks that way, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic in that general direction.
Okay, she does look that way. And she begins to say, well, we have a fine assortment of pots and pans and different
Detect
types
magic.
of... Okay, yes. Whatever it is in there, it is radiating very strongly.
Okay, gotcha. And okay.
She tells you, yeah, we've also got a couple of empty chests that are available there if you want with good sturdy locks on. If you've got things, we've got some pots there. A couple of
Interesting.
nice
Thank you.
jars.
Thank you. Very interesting.
I'm gonna be like, Veslar, you owe me some rope, I think.
I owe you what?
Rope.
Well, go get it. I mean,
Right, the
right
girl,
here.
while you're doing that, the girl has kind of gone over and is leaning in to talk to what you guess is her mother, aunt, some kind of relative.
She did call her her mother.
So she says, it's going to take a while to put those together, Mum. She says, all right, get to it then. I'm sure they can come back. You can come back, can't you?
Yes.
How long should they be then? About an hour. About an hour. Come back in about an hour, is it?
We'll take some of this rope before we go.
Oh, good rope that is. Good and sturdy.
I'll pick the nicer of the whatever and...
Okay, yeah, it's basically just 2 big bundles.
I guess I'll take it over there and buy it.
Alrighty.
Maybe? I don't know.
It's a gold piece, that is. Good quality rope, that.
A gold piece. Well, okay, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna take the shittier one. I'm really gonna be like, you never specified which. While I walk by, I was like, all right, this one instead.
Okay,
You know?
that's a gold piece then.
No, I took the worst one. Didn't I?
Well, maybe you did, but they're both a gold piece.
They're different. The worst one would be cheaper, no?
That's 50 foot of rope. Either way. One's just tightened up better than the other, that's all. Either way, both of them are perfectly adequate. Won't cause you any problems. Good sturdy rope, that is.
Uh-huh.
Get the better one, Bess.
Well, no.
I'll tell you what I'll do with you. You can have them both for a golden 7 silver. You can have them
How
both.
about 1 for 7 silver?
No.
Well, what's the point?
I
The
will
point is you get a
take.
discount for bulk, don't you?
I will take both, and I will pay what she said a gold and
And 7
Bess.
silver.
yeah.
She's cheating you.
I don't really.
Oh, I'm
care.
not cheating anybody. It should be 2 gold. don't you?
Arya, stop. It's fine.
Do you have perhaps anything of more interest? Perhaps
Dunno. Some nice
I
dress,
don't
nice dress material over there. You can make a nice dress out of it.
anything.
Got some caltrops over there as well. You could use. Throw
Special?
them down in case anyone tries to break into your house.
And I like raise my eyebrows. You know what I mean?
Daggers, longbows. Got
Arya,
some, got some
leave
fine
the lady
shields.
alone.
Block of cheese right here. Good cheese that.
Fine.
I think we'll be back in that hour for that bug repellent.
Oh yeah. Get to work. Go on. Hurry up and get it ready. They'll be back in an hour. They will. Yes, Mum. She goes over and starts chopping stuff up.
We're gonna leave. I take it.
See
So I'm
you in
gonna
about
say-
an hour then.
As soon as we're out of earshot, I want to say, we don't have an hour. Vesslar, can you make this stuff?
And you're outside.
With the right ingredients, I could. I mean,
Here's what I'm thinking. I say we go get some of that imported water from the innkeeper and mix ourselves a nice old battlefield bug spray in the mud over there. We're not going to smell good, but we can't risk being bitten.
well, apparently you and I already smell bad. I don't think we're in any trouble.
I don't want to
Listen.
find out.
I mean, thus
Hey,
far,
guys.
none of you have been bothered by any insects.
Okay.
To be honest, you don't really recall even seeing any.
Bess, Pip.
Look, maybe it was just a symptom that he was having. Like, it was not actual bugs.
Heard in Black
Maybe
Forest, thank you for the follow.
he's been poisoned and he's seeing things and going crazy.
Hey guys. There was
yes.
something in that shop that was magical. And it was red and glowing.
What?
It was behind the counter where she was working.
Ooh.
Okay, I was gonna suggest we go to Lord Aaron's house to talk to that guy who almost killed you, Piper. See where
Did
he
you just
was
completely
last.
ignore what I just said?
Veslar probably did.
Shaggin heard you loud and clear. Vesslar totally did.
I'm gonna say, honestly, I'm kind of worried about Lord Aaron. I have a feeling that the next time we see him, he's not going to be the same guy we just saw. But I think we should pay attention to what Arya is telling us, Vess. This could be important.
It could be, but it could also be she has a magical thing. I mean,
You
Under
hate
the
magic.
counter, that's
Magical
glowing red.
thing.
it could be a... Look, I'm not a fan of magic. We all know this. But don't you have a magical item or artifacts, Piper? I mean, Arya basically, like, bleeds magic and delusion. But you
I
know.
bleed garnet and gold.
I mean, you have a magical item, right, Piper?
But why would a simple shop owner have a magical item just hidden?
And under the counter too. That's weird to me because
Not
if
for sale.
the personal effect, it wouldn't be out in the.
So she's either
So-
she either sells in a
Okay.
black market of sorts, or she's waiting for someone to pick it up.
So
or
you
know.
basically want to go in there to confront her about an item that could be legally hers and not doing anything bad. Because we have no evidence.
We don't have to confront her. We can just ask her about it. What's that? We can do it
Okay.
when we come back to
why
get
not?
the.
We could be forward.
Yeah, why don't we go to Lord Aaron's house and see if we can talk to that crazy guy who tried to kill you to see where he had been? Because if he was, like, poisoned, someone was doing that. Maybe it was the shopkeeper, and we'll have a little connection. So we wouldn't re-enter this place blind, asking questions. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea.
All right. So, cover up as much as you can. You know, hat lowered, sleeves rolled down. And let's go speak to Lord Aaron's prisoner.
I'm gonna kind of mumble.
Alrighty.
Mumble. I still think we should get some water.
Okay, so you want to head to Lord Aaron's. Is that where you're going?
Yes.
Alrighty then, let's move you there. Okay, here you go. Lord Aaron's. Cross the bridge. And we'll move you into Lord Aaron's establishment. Alrighty, let me just deal with this little fellow. Alright. Okay, so you wander back into Lord Aaron's house. You just want to walk in, knock on the door. What's the deal?
I think we're gonna knock on the door, right?
Oh yeah, we're still polite.
Alrighty. Well,
He is the Lord.
Thomas opens the door. He said, "Ah, yes. Lord Aaron said that you were coming by."
Yes. Well, we'd like to talk to the, for lack of a better word, prisoner.
Well, let's go and find Lord Aaron first.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Alrighty. He leads you once again to the familiar. You already know the way, so.
Yep.
He knocks on the door. This time, kind of opens it slightly. He says, "They're here, sir." Ah, all right. Send him in.
Hello, hello. I'm gonna nod to both as I enter.
Okay, he gets up, walks over, and hands you what appears to be a rolled-up piece of paper. Here you go. Anybody gives you any hassle, give him that.
I'm gonna eye the wife very, like, curiously.
You give it a stink
and
eye.
nod
She's
to her.
basically just sitting there with like a little round hoop with a cloth on it and needle and thread, and she is just
She's not looking up at all.
nope.
Is she-
Panda of the keep. Thank you for the follow.
I'm gonna hand the rolled up paper to Piper because she's the officiator of all things officiation-y. So I'm handing it
And
to
that's
her.
why.
She says, "Would you care for a drink?"
No.
What do you mean no? I asked if you wanted a drink.
We came from the bar. We're good, sir. Thank you.
My hospitality not good enough for you, eh?
Oh, not
No,
that at
saving
all.
the town is of the utmost importance, and sitting
Yes,
around
we're-
is not on our priority list.
That's what she said.
Well, yes, I suppose.
We were
You're just
wondering
gonna
if,
sit there glaring at everybody. Why don't you get up and do something useful, woman?
sir.
She kind of like looks up and she's like, shakes her head and just kind of buries her head back down in her needlework.
I'm gonna inch closer to her while they're talking.
I was hoping, sir, we would get a chance to talk to the knight.
Oh, yes. He's in the guest bedroom.
Because if we talk to him, he can tell us where he's been, hopefully, if he's in his right, if he's lucid enough.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we
go
can-
talk to him.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'm just gonna,
Well,
nod.
Piper knows where he is because she helped drag him in there, so. He was through this door here. So let's go ahead and reveal that area because Piper has been here. Okay, there you go.
Oh, well, I'm obviously waiting for Piper to enter.
Okay, so Piper, what you remember in the room, basically, it's a single room. And it's kind of got these cloth-lined, like a cloth-lined divider that pretty much kind of sort of splits it in two. It's really only one room, but it's got 2 beds, 2 tables, 2 bedside tables. And he is tied to the leftmost bed.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of peek in and make sure he is tied to the bed.
He is. He doesn't have any weapons or anything on him.
Okay.
The weapons, whenever you guys tied him up, Lord Aaron took the weapons and put them in his room, he said.
Now that was... Did we get his name?
Sir Lawrence.
Sir Lawrence, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Sir
did like-
Lawrence.
Sir Lawrence, not Sir Lawrenson.
No, Sir Lawrence. No, not Sir Lawrenson, Sir Lawrence.
Piper, are you just gonna like peek through the door like a little pervy kid?
You weren't the one who's taking all the hits, Vess.
Hey.
And I'm walking through.
Okay.
Spit
Arya is
Desk
not there,
here?
by the way.
Right. Arya, the Lord has walked out of the room shortly after they did. You hear him mumbling something about going to get a sandwich.
Okay.
God. Oh, lordy.
So it's just you in the room with Lady Aaron right now.
Lady Aaron.
She says, yes.
Do you know me?
No, why?
You seemed to know me the other day.
I heard your sister mention your name.
Why did you wink at me?
Oh, you know.
Can I sense motive on that?
Please do.
Oh,
I
you
hope
know.
it's- oh,
You know.
I hope so much. Okay.
Dude, I'd be so happy too. A lot.
18. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh wait, 24.
24,
Never mind.
yeah. Okay, yeah, you definitely get the impression that she's hiding something. She clearly has an agenda, but you don't think necessarily, there's no eye movement or hand gestures or any awkward fidgeting that makes her think that she likes you in that way.
Okay.
But you know, there's clearly more to it. She's very dismissive right now,
Okay.
whereas she seemed very
Okay.
poignant
I'm
about
gonna-
making sure that you were aware that she acknowledged you last time.
I'm gonna turn around and take this chair and then spin it and face it towards her and sit in it so we're eye level.
All right.
And I'm gonna say, "You're bullshitting me.
I beg your pardon.
You're hiding something."
She said, do you normally talk to a lady in that fashion? I assumed that you were a bit more, well, better
I
brought
am.
up than that.
Unless someone's lying straight to me, which you are.
Yes. Well, I thought that you were going to be somebody that, I could possibly have polite conversation with. I seem to be very much mistaken. So, if you wouldn't mind leaving and closing the door.
I can be the most polite person
Stellan, thank
in
you
the
for the
whole
follow.
room. But I get upset when people are
Says yes,
hiding
and you'll
things
get
from-
more upset if you don't hurry up and leave. Now, get out. Go on.
But
I'll have you thrown out.
no.
Come in here using that kind of language around me. Ha! So you're very lucky Sir Lawrence isn't around.
I'm sure you say your fair dirty words, ma'am. And I'm gonna leave.
You hear like, ha! What a horrible, wretched girl.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Alright.
Okay, meanwhile, over in the guest bedroom.
Lucy, I'm home!
Okay, when you walk in, Sir Lawrence is laying on the bed. He like, looks up and says, oh, well, this is a bit of a problem, isn't it?
Feeling better, sir.
Kind of, I suppose.
You seem to have taken a fever. It was quite extreme.
My head is pounding and I feel rather nauseous. But I assumed that was side effects from that, whatever that was. One minute I was enraged and, well, I remember you and I were locked in combat, and the next minute I couldn't move. Then I was being accosted, tied up, and drug here. Which, under the
Apologies.
circumstances, I don't blame anybody at all. Apparently I was acting rather out of sorts. I apologize, by the way.
No need, sir. If we could have a frank conversation, I assume a man of your caliber is okay with getting to the facts and not wasting time.
No, not at all.
When you entered town, you met with Lord Aaron, and he told you of the troubles with the water, yes?
Yes, indeed.
Well, we fear that you perhaps have been targeted not through the water, but some other way.
Don't know how.
Do you recall any strange encounters from the time you left Lord Aaron's home to the time that we met you in the inn?
No. I got here bright and early, shortly after sunup. Came to see Lord Aaron. He was asleep. His manservant let me in. I waited. 10 minutes later, he came in. We breakfasted. We talked. He told me what was going on in the town. After that, I took a stroll along the river, just kind of looking at it, but I was very careful not to get particularly close. Then I came to the tavern, talked to a couple of the locals there, see what their take of things was going on, talked to the innkeeper, procured myself a room, took a bath, warmed myself by the fireplace, then you came in, well, and then things kind of got out of hand.
Something strange to also ask you. Did you happen to get bit by a bug?
Not that I know of.
I know it's weird, but we have to consider all potential things.
He says, well, you can kind of look around my neck and face. Kind of hard for a bug to bite me anywhere else.
Yeah, Do I see anything?
He's a bit beaten up and bruised, but that's probably from the scuffle that you had with him. But nothing that looks like a bug bite, necessarily.
Piper.
Excuse me a second, sir.
Oh, certainly.
I'm gonna go out the door.
Okay.
Yeah?
He had breakfast here with Lord Aaron. That's the only time. What if someone here in this household poisoned him?
Bum.
And that's why Lord Aaron's going crazy.
Oh.
In the library with the candlestick.
With the candlestick? I need to get
that makes sense.
something that Lord Aaron's been drinking. So I can do like a quick test on it or something, you know?
He did offer us a drink, too.
And he got offended when we didn't take it.
Well, yesterday he offered you all insisted on water, which you did drink.
Right, but this is a recent development, Mr. DM.
Just pointing it out, just reminding you.
It's worth a try, right?
Right.
I mean, if Lord Aaron loses his fucking mind here, we're in a lot of trouble. And it seems he's well on his way. And if we can get this guy, we can make sure he's not infected by any way, he can probably be a lot of help to us. So
Perhaps we should check and see if he's skilled in any of healing.
you check that. I gotta see about a girl. No, I gotta see about a drink. So,
Tree Sounds, thanks for the follow.
Okay. All right,
Are
so
ya-
I'm gonna
Okay, sorry.
I'm gonna re-enter the room. What's Arya doing?
Okay, meanwhile, well, Arya looks like she was going to do something. So what were you about to do, Arya?
I was gonna knock on the door again and kind of peek my head in.
Okay, she kind of glances up and she says, "What?
Um,
What do you want, child?"
I just wanted to apologize for my foul language earlier. I was just a
I
little
would
bit
think
upset.
so.
Do you forgive me?
Well, I suppose, as soon as you did apologize.
Thank you, ma'am. Can we talk?
I'm really quite busy.
Can I come back later?
Yes, I suppose. And you can hear Veslar walking up behind you. Clunk, clunk, clunk with his heavy old boots.
I turn around. Hey, Vess. What?
Just distract her.
What? Why?
Just do it. Jeez, do you
Okay.
always have to ask questions? Just do it.
Okay. I'm gonna stumble into the room and fall like I tripped. Ow!
She kind of raises an eyebrow and looks at you.
I'm gonna rush in to help her up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, are you? Are you okay?
I tripped over your boot.
Oh, it was an accident. I'm sorry. How's your ankle? Is it hurting at all?
It's kind of hurt. I think it might be broken. I might have to chop it.
Okay. Chop it. Let's not be drastic here. Okay. Excuse me, miss. Here. Okay. Come sit over here because the chair is like right here, right? Because when it was moved. So I'm gonna hoist Arya onto that chair.
Okay.
Ow! You're hurting me.
Yeah, just be quiet. Look, sorry, milady. I am an apothecarist. I can possibly heal it with a quick salve. Just give me a second, and I'm gonna rush over here to where the fire is.
Okay.
And this is a goblet, right? I mean, it has liquid in it still, maybe.
It's like a decanter.
Does it have anything in it?
There's a liquid in it. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna take it and then take out one of my vials for my Arcana, and I'm gonna start doing stuff with it. I want to investigate to see if there's any taint in the.
Well, the first thing is it's definitely some kind of whiskey or brandy or something like that, or rum. Probably rum by the smell of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Ow.
My leg hurts.
I want to do my
Worst acting ever.
my water test, or that's what I want to do to see if it has the taint in it.
Right. So you'll need to be able to take it to where you can actually like heat it up and get it to evaporate. So, I mean, you actually want to do that all here?
Sure. Hell yeah.
Well, that'll take you a few minutes. All right. So Arya keeps whining and whinging about her leg. Piper.
All right, so I'm going to go back into the room. I'm going to say, sorry to disturb you again.
Oh, that's quite all right.
So as I was saying, we have reason to believe that maybe you were targeted. Because of your high rank, it's particularly scary. You don't happen to be skilled in any healing methods or anything, do you?
Oh, basic battlefield bandaging and that sort of thing. Nothing of any real talent, I'm afraid.
And how well do you know the Lord, Aaron?
Oh, extremely well.
Would you say he is a snappy person or can be to get angered quickly?
I would say he can be extremely passionate, but fairly level-headed. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, he can get angry, but I mean, it usually takes quite a push in the wrong direction to turn his temper.
Well, for example, we were just in the other room with him. He offered us a drink, and we said no, thank you, and he got angry.
Well,
like angry.
Was he offended in any way, or did you?
He
insult him?
said, is my hospitality not good enough for you?
Oh, I don't know. Well, maybe it was the way you declined. I don't know. I wasn't there.
But it was very respectful, sir.
Don't know.
And
then.
that we are in the utmost of urgency with time. I'm just concerned that perhaps he has also been targeted.
No, I really don't know. As I said, I've not really had much time to do anything here in this town.
Yeah. And you had no strange encounters with anybody?
I did not. And as a matter of fact, I've been drinking from my own decanter all the way up until I arrived here, so it wasn't that I drank from the water before arriving at Lord Aaron's house either. Is there any way you could possibly... I don't expect you to loosen these ropes, because I'm here for a reason, I understand, but... as he's kind of like laying there all trussed up, he says, but my right arm does feel somewhat sore. Is there any way you could just kind of move the ropes around the wrist? Lekil, thank you for the follow. So they're starting to chafe somewhat, and seeing as I am laying here in a full suit of armor, that's not the most comfortable thing in the first place, but it's kind of gotten between my bracer and the gauntlet, and the rope is just really starting to chafe.
Of course I will. If you don't mind, I would like to fetch my friend, just because...
Oh no, by all means.
Killed me last time.
Yes, I do apologize for that once again.
Apology accepted.
But yes, if you could hurry, it really is starting to hurt somewhat.
Let me fetch my friend, and I will absolutely try to make you more comfortable.
Thank you. Alrighty.
All right, so I guess I should do an apothecary check. I mean, to make it.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Hurry. I'm dying.
17.
As best you can tell,
Man.
doesn't seem to be anything. And there's nothing like no distilled sulfuric smell or anything like that coming from it, and the aroma. But
It
it's a lot harder to
seems
tell.
safe.
Yeah, it's a lot harder
It's
to tell
whiskey.
with something as pungent as whiskey than it is water. Water typically is odorless, so any kind of smell you can usually, you'll catch it real quick.
I'm gonna actually, unsatisfied, pour the rest of the liquid into the fire.
Okay. It goes. Psst.
Well, it doesn't like explode because it's whiskey or rum.
No.
Oh, that's right. It's not. Yeah.
It's whiskey and rum. It's not gasoline, my dear boy.
Well, Middle Ages.
Or it's obviously
dipping,
all you can get.
roofing.
All you can know for sure is it
Is that
clearly isn't extremely strong.
All right. I'm gonna go up and stoop by the leg and pretend to salve it with something.
Okay.
Okay.
Just hold on, Arya. This will help. This will help.
All right. Well, Piper, you're probably there by now because that took him a while.
Is the door open or closed?
It is kind of a jar.
I'll listen before I go in, of course.
Okay.
When you enter, you're gonna see me massaging Arya's feet. So take that as you will. I mean,
What is going on here?
I'm fake rubbing on
And
her
my
foot,
face is
her
like-
ankle.
So yeah,
Yeah, so-
I'll kind of lightly knock, like,
Okay.
and then enter.
All right. Well, yeah, you basically see what he just described, and Lady Aaron is sitting there, still needle pointing, with a very trying to hide a noticeably annoyed look on her face, like.
The second Piper enters, I'm just gonna go. You're good. You're good. I got it. You're good. I'm gonna get up.
You're right. It feels
Stiffly.
better. It feels better.
Vess,
I'll
can
stand
you
up too.
come with me for a sec, please?
Oh God.
Yes,
What's go-
please do. Please go with your friend. I'm sure that they would need your assistance too, young lady.
Listen,
Oh.
listen, you. We're trying to help this town. You know.
You?
Well, I don't know your name.
It's call her Lady Bess.
You have
at
no
least.
manners either, apparently. Well,
Manners don't solve
common
problems.
born like you are, I'm not at all surprised.
Yeah, I'm common born, but damn effective in saving things. Well, that's questionable.
Well, whatever
I'll
business you
just go.
have with my husband, you best go see to it.
Yeah, well, he seems to be affected as well. So, if you love him,
Affected?
yeah. Have you not noticed his rashness and his inane babbling?
He's always babbled. It's always been a thing of his.
Is he
Waffles
always,
on like a broken poet. On and on and on he goes.
so-
Although he does seem to definitely be in a much worse mood than normal today, but I attributed that to you, actually. I can understand dealing with such rough around the edges fellows might be awkward and off-putting.
Is she smoking a pipe too?
Sorry, no, I'm just holding it. Yeah,
How unladylike.
right? No, she whips out the big cigar.
Listen, I might not know your name offhand or how to address you, but I'm not the one insulting you in any form. You're insulting us when we're just here to help. So I don't know about manners, but you seem to be at a far lower level than us three awesome people right here.
I'm gonna start pushing
No,
the door.
no. These highfalutin, well-dressed people, need to understand that
Yes.
we're doing good. We're what, Arya? I'm in the middle of what I think is a speech.
This shouldn't be a speech. Let's go.
No, but it's important because if her husband is infected
She
with
puts
something,
her needle point down on the table and stands up.
uh,
Will you
Piss her off
excuse me?
now.
listen, I'm gonna hold up both my hands. Like, I'm sorry if I said anything offensive, but
She kind of walks straight by you, like just glancing at you out of the corner of her eye, and starts walking down the hallway.
You said it first, milady, or McMuffin, or help me out here, guys.
Okay, she goes in the bottom door here.
Ah, shit.
As she opens the door very loudly, you hear her say, "My dear, may I have a word?" And then she closes the door like loudly behind her.
We need to go.
Now you've done it, Vess. Quick, come with me.
I didn't do
Quick,
anything. She
let's
was
go.
being a bitch. All right.
So, the goods. I'm gonna say this before we enter the room. The good knight has asked that we adjust his ropes. Currently, they're chafing. I don't want to necessarily adjust them more than check and see if he has any visible marks on him. But I just want you there to make sure he doesn't chop my head off.
Okay.
Reasonable
And
statement.
by the tone of that woman's voice, we better hurry.
Hey, maybe you could just show him that folded up paper you got from him. just okay. Bad
hello,
jokes are
sir.
bad. Fine.
Every
I thought
chance.
bad jokes are fine. Fine.
He says, yeah, the right one, if you wouldn't mind. It's slightly sore, and I've just been laying here for quite a while now.
All right. So you said the rope was in between his bracer and his
Yes,
gauntlet.
now you're close. You can actually see all the way down the side of the bed, and underneath his arm is a pool of blood. Not just a small pool of blood that you get from just a cut either, or like a rope shape, like serious amounts of blood.
Like Piper damage blood, or
Possibly, but I mean, probably. I mean, you didn't hurt him that bad.
okay. So I'm going to say, sir, you seem to be bleeding
Oh
quite
yes,
a lot. Are
as
you
I said,
feeling
it is a little sore.
No, you don't understand. It's like your skin is falling off or something down there. The amount of blood we've got.
Oh well, okay, if you say so.
So I'm
You
going
know-
to reach for the rope. I'm not loosening the rope at
Okay.
all.
Okay.
I want to see if I can move the bracer and the gauntlet to look, and I'm going to make particular, like, not touching of the blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of like, just very gently.
Can
The
I?
rope-
Can I?
Yes.
Oh,
Go-
I
no, go
just
ahead.
want to cover Piper's mouth and nose with my hand, kind of awkwardly,
Like-
while she's doing this, in case any of the blood
doing?
decides to split and spray.
Oh.
Alrighty. Well, when you examine his, like, as I said, you pull the gauntlet apart, like, slightly slide the gauntlet, towards the end of his hand. The rope has actually eaten all the way through the flesh, all the way down to the bone. And you can notice his arm is like, it's like it's almost like he's doing it on purpose to himself. The way his arm is just like twisting to the left, twisting to the right, and the rope is just like sawing into his skin as he's doing it. As he's just laying there, like going.
Ugh.
I'm going to drop it and say, step back.
I'm gonna
And
remove my
move it-
hand.
move everybody
do
back.
the same. Did I see this when Piper did that?
I mean, you would have seen the look on her face and like ample blood. You probably wouldn't have seen what she saw.
Well, I had
That's
my
so
hand around her
crazy.
face, so I would have been closer to it.
yeah, but she's kind of like peering, peering into the gap. So
What did you see, Piper?
We need to leave. I'm sorry.
I agree.
We can't help you.
oh well.
And I'm
I
just gonna
suppose I'll
back-
just lay here then.
just like back out of the room. I'm sorry. We can't. And I'm very solemn. I'm sorry. We can't help you.
You're not in any pain, sir?
Oh no, not at all. I'm just a little uncomfortable. These ropes are a little tight. That's all, and it's not very comfortable laying in plate mail.
That's why I don't wear the shit, Just okay. I'm gonna go as well. Just gonna back out.
So as soon as you can hear
see
me, and
ya.
that door is that door closed to the bedroom like this one?
I would have closed the door.
Yeah. Okay. So yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, he has no skin on his arms. It's down to the bone. He should be writhing in pain right now.
Yeah, he's okay. I could kill him.
Don't do that.
What the bloody hell?
Let's go. Let's go.
And you hear like a chair get kicked. And you hear, "Oh, excuse me, sir. Oh, get out of my way, damn you!
Oh no.
Talk to
And
my
it looks
wife
like
that
your
way, will he?"
works now on its way in, Veslar.
I'm afraid of this putz. I mean, we're obviously gonna have to go through that door.
Wait until he grabs his sword.
He grabs the sword, we run. All right. Well, no, wait. I don't want to run.
Why do we need to save this town again?
Reasons. Bad things. What, do you just want to leave it?
Well, obviously we're not going to get any help here. We need help.
We need to stop the taint. All right, let's go back to the general store and, get out if we can. All right, we're going to leave and go back to the general store.
All right, we're going to take a first break right there. By now it is starting to get a little dark, so we're going to move you to the darker of our two.
Ooh, and I'm going to say be on the lookout for bandits and thugs and thieves.
As you emerge from Lord Aaron's house.